Hi everyone, Julie Perreault with Team Infinite Dreamcatchers. Today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about what I find works best for me to get new team members. One of those things is doing bag parties. When I approach somebody with the opportunity of doing a bag party, one of the things that I do right away is I make sure they're aware there's absolutely no commitments or pressure involved whatsoever. Then I go on talking about how much fun it is, how easy it is, and that there's barely no work involved. But yet, they still get the same rewards as if they hosted a party. Something that's never worked for me, so I never do when I approach somebody about doing a bag party, is ask them to join my team at that time. Unless, of course, they start talking about it. Now, a great way to get your bags out there is when you do events. When I do events, I have this picture frame that I put on my table. Not sure if you guys are going to be able to see it. This lets them know that I have a bag with me on hand at that time. When I see somebody looking at this or reading it, I take that opportunity and I start talking about it and see if they're at all interested. I pull out my bag, I show them what's in the bag, the mini testers and how it's easy to carry around and all the benefits that go along with it. I still at that time do not talk about joining my team unless they do. Once the bags come back, I then calculate their orders, and let's say one person sold $600 worth, and the calculation, so Canadian dollars would be $120 commission and it's $120 to join. So in that situation, it's almost a no-brainer. They almost always join. The other thing that I like to do, if you're anything like me, you can't function if you don't feel organized. So this famous list, my 100 list, this is a blank copy. So this is where you put all the names of people you're going to contact. So one of three things these names are going to go. They're either going to go in your workstation, which is where you want them to go. They're going to go on a no list or a callback list. So every time you call someone, I highlight their name so I know I've called them. So now that name is removed in my head from this list. It's either in my workstation or it's going on my no list, which I have name, date, and reason they said no. And this is important. Even your no's may not always be no's. So their reason, at some point, somehow, you may come up with a reason for their no. And then you have the list, so you'll be able to call them back. The callback opportunity list. So I have a date, phone number, contact date, so the day I talk to them, and the day they want me to call them back, and then comments, so their reason. Same idea here. So this list, once you call them and they're highlighted, you don't have to call them back from this list. They either go on your workstation, on your no list, whoops, or your callback list. Now, once you have a new team member, something that I find that is really important once they join, don't overload them with information. This never worked for me. I found once I started doing the breakdown for people stuck around. They didn't feel as overwhelmed, so I broke it down into sections. So for example, I'm not going to read all this, but if anybody wants a copy, feel free to message me on Facebook and I'll be glad to share it with you. So for example, my checklist, my first week, things they should know. Their list of 100, their first 15 days, their shooting star, setting a date for their launch party. So those are just a few examples. The second week, how to use the rewards on their workstation, their first 70 days, their level 1, 2, or 3, how to get certified, how to place an order. Third week, what's a bag party, fundraiser party, Facebook party, talk about events. Fourth week, the compensation plan, how to get to lead, star, superstar, director, that kind of stuff. So anyways, the list goes on. But I find chances are the way you teach your new teammates is going to be the way they teach their new teammates. And that will totally help build a solid foundation for your business. So those are just little tricks that I do that I find works best for me. I like to keep it simple and easy, but yet organized. I'm somebody that needs to be organized or I don't function well. So if anybody wants any of this stuff, just feel free to message me on Facebook, Julie Perreault, Perreault, and I'll make sure to get you a copy. Thanks for watching.